are crowned. You've worked hard to get to this point, and all of the things that you have worked on and the successes you have, no one can take that away from you. I also feel like people feel like you're cold or like detached, sometimes even brutal with your words because they've never seen somebody so blunt that does not care to perform. Some of you have like a RBF, a resting face that is really intimidating to some people. Because I feel like some of you don't even care to smile out of like politeness. You are so authentic to you that it rubs people the wrong way sometimes. I also feel like partnerships sometimes are strenuous in your life. I feel like you end up blocking people out, or certain individuals end up being moved away from you because God can see that these individuals are going to end up repressing you. They're going to make you feel regret, make you feel down. So, in a way, it's like you bring balance into certain situation, you bring balance into environments. If you're in an environment that's super performative where everybody's fake wearing masks, you come in and you completely destroy that whole paradigm. That's why people don't like having you around sometimes, because you're like the harsh cold reality. When people want to live in their delusions, you come in with your sword of truth and you cut through all of the lies and BS. Some of you maybe feel bad about like connections that weren't able to get off the ground, but trust and believe these people were committed to misunderstanding you. So it's best for you to be away from them regardless. You have your pick of the litter. You could be friends with anybody. You can be connected to anybody. You're basically popular, like the popular loner. You keep to yourself, but a lot of people are interested in being in your life. And it hasn't always been this way. Like in certain dynamics in the past, you were pushed out. You were made to feel like an outsider. You were isolated. Some of you were going through a lot of things traumatic that were traumatic to you, and you couldn't really focus on connections with other people because you were too busy trying to heal yourself from things that you shouldn't have even had to go through in the first place. I feel like you have a lot of strong assistance from your spirit guides. I also feel like people know that you have spirit guides or that something out of this world protects you because you've had groups of people try to tag team you, whether it was groups of men or groups of women, and they thought they'd be able to like get one over on you or put you through this humiliation ritual. They thought they were going to be successful, but instead, all it did was leave them in regret because they felt exposed at the end of the day. Certain things that people want to do to you, they can't even get it off the ground because you dismantle it before it even starts. I feel like some of you are like owed apologies because of the things that you've been through, but at the end of the day, you don't really care. You may have already forgiven them. Your life is on the up and up. With the Ace of Pentacles, like you have great potential. You could literally wake up tomorrow and your whole entire life will change because that's how much good karma you've racked up. Another thing people have noticed is every time they try to come after you, they lose something. Something gets taken away from them. Their peace of mind, resources, assets, friendships. So people are really seeing the correlation between trying to do you wrong and then having things taken away from them in their waking life. So sometimes the sadness that you feel when you think about certain individuals, it's not even your sadness. You're tapped into them energetically. They have regret about either not having access to your blessings, about not doing things properly. Some people that maybe tried to bully you or tag team you, they feel embarrassed. They really feel embarrassed because they feel like you exposed them. And you're also a truth teller. That like that mouth on you is lethal. That's something people know about you, is that you have no filter. You're going to tell it exactly how it is. And I feel like that's why people keep you at a distance. They are not ready for that. They're not prepared for that. They want to live in their false realities and illusions and lies and in confusion. And you're just not the type of person that can deal with that type of energy. Also, despite the humiliation ritual and people being committed to misunderstanding you, you're still very much so happy, very much so content. You know you're not a coward. Like, you know that you were surrounded by people that can't even admit the truth to themselves. So how could they admit it to other people, let alone their own reality? So I feel like a lot of people get truly irritated by your presence. Because for one, their creativity gets stifled once they do you wrong. Another thing is like people feel like they're not creative or they're not. It's like once you come around and they see somebody who's actually structured, somebody who actually has their life together, someone who actually stands in honor and truth, it really shows how much other people are not in that vibration. And I also feel like people try to mislead you. They try to give you misleading information so that they can get you to hit a dead end, but really it all just works out in your favor. People know that you have blessings that are incoming because despite everything they tried to do to you, it's like your life just got better and better and better.